remember a time when I wouldn't take a vacation because I didn't know how to travel with a child. Don't be scared to take that vacation because you have children. It is not that hard. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Welcome back.
How you doing? How you doing?
Thanks for stopping by. If you're a newbie, I'm QuenaReChaud, and welcome to the tribe. If you don't know, I have two daughters, a 5-year-old named Tootah and a 1-year-old named Yimmie. I did not go on a vacation, take a plane, or even road trip with my children until Yimmie was born and Tootah was already 4. I was scared to do it. I didn't know where to start. It just seemed like a daunting task to me. It seemed like something that was literally virtually impossible. I didn't even know how parents with children travel. So I am here to give you my blueprint on traveling. Now, my mama tribe, y'all know, I am now a traveling mama. I'm a realtor in 2 regions, in the DMV and Atlanta, and I travel back and forth between the DMV and Atlanta because I actively sell real estate full-time in both regions. Don't ask me how I do it, but that's neither here nor there. So I am now constantly on the plane. And guess who is constantly on the plane with me? You guessed it, the kids. They come with me because my hometown is the DMV, and so I like to take them with me so that they can see family when I do go and do business. So I have traveled enough with children to give you all of the tips and tricks of a successful traveling plan with a toddler and a kid and even a baby, because we have been traveling since Yimmie was 4 months. Okay. Yimmie and Tootah have been on a plane over 30 times since we have started getting on a plane. So I think I'm pretty much seasoned in the area of traveling by air with kids. Now, to give you the disclaimer, I am a breastfeeding mama and I'm a cloth diapering mama. So I definitely have a lot of strategy around how to do this. You got the right one, baby. Enough of the chatting. Let's get into it. When you are traveling with children, you are going to have to be quite picky in how you do things. You're likely not going to be able to just go with the flow as you would if you were traveling alone. There is a lot of planning and preparation that comes with traveling with children if you're going to make sure you have the best experience. So I'm going to walk you through the process from top to bottom. The first place we're going to start is booking your ticket. Now, different airlines are different. You're gonna have to make sure when you're booking an airplane ticket, you are understanding what their rules and policies are ahead of time, okay? One of the main things I want you to pay attention to is how they seat. So some airlines allow you to have assigned seats, while other airlines have first come, first serve. You kind of pick your seat as you board the plane. When I personally book my tickets, I'm not booking with an airline that does a first come, first serve seating. I'm going to book with an airline that has assigned seating. Why? Because I don't want any possibility to be split up from my children. I have to sit with my children. It's a non-negotiable. I have to see my child at all times, especially if we are on a plane, airport, any type of public transportation. When you are booking for an infant, for most airlines, infants are free and you can have them as a lap child. Some airlines though, depending on who you're booking with, some airlines will still make you buy a separate ticket for that infant. So I do all of this research ahead of time and figuring out what type of seating and booking this airline has. I have requirements when I book. My requirements are I must be able to pick my seat and I must be able to have a lap child for the flight. Because if you don't do a lap child for your infant, then you're going to have to purchase an additional seat for that infant. And it's full price. It's not discounted. So that's really up to you. But as many times as I travel, I ain't doing that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm definitely going to have a lap child. Now, that lap child only goes but so far. For most airlines, it goes up to 2 years old. So After 2, I'm not really sure how you're going to negotiate that. So I'll be coming up on a time soon where my lap child is going to have a full price ticket. But that's neither here nor there. The next thing I want to talk about is what to wear when you actually go to the airport. Because you got to put on your clothes before you go, right? So first, let's talk about what to wear for mommy. Now, you definitely want to wear something comfortable. Listen, sis, I have done it all, okay? I have been cutesy in the airport with kids and heels because I'm a realtor. So oftentimes I do get caught up in my professional wear to and from the airport. And I've also been the one that's been prepared and I've been comfortable. So my biggest suggestion is to be comfortable. You can save cuteness for when you get to your destination. But if you can plan ahead, be as comfortable as possible. And it's important to think about what you have to do on your flight. So, breastfeeding mamas, this is for you. If you are nursing a baby and baby is coming with you, you definitely want to wear something that's easily accessible for baby to nurse. So what I would do is I would wear a simple shirt like this, but I may put like a cardigan over top of it or some type of open, like a jacket that I can zip it up and open and close. I will put that over top of it so that I could just lift my shirt up and let baby nurse. Now, in terms of your bra, definitely wear a nursing bra in this situation. Any other bra may be a little too difficult for you to fumble around with. You want to have something that's easily accessible so baby can nurse and you can keep it moving. Baby also likes to cuddle in blanket, so if you have a blanket for baby to cuddle in while you throw it over your shoulder, you're good to go. Kids should always have a change of clothes, number one. You want to make sure that the kids are in comfortable clothing as well. So when my kids travel, they always wear like dry fit type of clothes. Something that's like, you know, that they would go to a play center and run around in. I make sure that they're as comfortable as possible because traveling could have you feeling icky and sticky and itchy all day. So I don't want them to have all of those feelings on top of some jeans or something that's really, really tight that's already itching them when they put it on. So I definitely recommend something where they could get moving in and feel free and comfortable in. And definitely, everybody needs to have on tennis shoes. Don't be like me wearing heels to the airport, okay? Now let's talk about a huge essential that you need to bring to the airport with you. Outside of your luggage, obviously. You want to make sure you bring a baby carrier. It is just an extra thing to have just in case. I'm not saying you have to use it, but if baby is still small enough to fit into the carrier, I definitely recommend bringing one because they might get a little antsy and not want to roll around in a stroller. And we all know 2-year-olds take a long time to walk. And sometimes you're trying to move a little quickly in the airport. Airports are very busy places. You want to make sure that you have some type of mobility. All right, now let's get into arrival. Ideally, you want to be at the airport early. As I said before, I live in Atlanta. Atlanta has one of the largest airports. It's one of the busiest airports, and they get busy very early. So you want to make sure that you're at the airport in well enough time before your flight because you want to give yourself time to use the bathroom, get through TSA, change some diapers, pick up some food and water if you need to. You want to kind of give yourself time to move around and not have to be like Home Alone running through the airport. Trust me, I have been that person on several occasions and it is not fun. Now, my biggest thing that I missed when I was a novice at traveling with my kids was the car seat and stroller situation. Let's get into this. You have to travel with a car seat and you have to travel with a stroller. So what do? Because it just seems like we're adding on more and more luggage, right? So let's start with my 5-year-old. For her, I have this portable car seat that I found on Amazon here. It folds down, it's very compact, and it's easy to carry. It pops out as a car seat, and she's big enough to sit in it where she would just get the seatbelt strapped around her. Now, for the youngest one, Yimmie, when we first started traveling, the Tootah was our best friend. If you don't know, the Tootah is a car seat stroller combination. It is literally a stroller that collapses into a car seat. It is a saving grace when it comes to traveling because you don't have to pack both the car seat and the stroller. It is a all-in-one thing. I love it. Once the child gets of a certain age and height, the doona becomes too small for the child. So you have several options. You can get a lightweight car seat, something that's not going to be too heavy to lug around, something that is fairly inexpensive that you could throw on your back easily and not have to feel like it's, you know, bogging you down. And then for a stroller option, you could, you know, go with your normal stroller that collapses down, or you could try the Yo-Yo Plus, which is a stroller that is more like an umbrella stroller, but it collapses down so small that it is compact enough to be carry-on size for the airplane. You can literally fold it down into a book bag, put it on your back, and put it on the overhead bin on the airplane. I highly recommend that. Because you just want to find different ways to reduce your load as much as possible. A lot of people just throw their stroller or car seats on the undercarriage of the plane or give it to, you know, baggage claim, and it has no cover on it. No. We're not doing that, okay? You need to get a cover where the car seat actually goes into a bag and you zipping it up. They have some that have wheels on it, or you could just carry them on your back. But please, please, please make sure you get a cover for baby's car seat or stroller, because they gotta sit in that, and it's not fair to them to be sitting in, you know, something that's been exposed to so many elements. You know, it rains, and you gotta imagine they leave your stuff sitting outside while they load it onto the plane. Now let's talk about baggage claim. So you get to the airport and you're going to drop off your bags. What do? You have this luggage, you have this carry-on, you have car seats, you have strollers. What goes where? All right, so first thing I want to say is your car seat and your stroller can be either checked at baggage claim or it can be gate checked. If it's checked at baggage claim, that means that you drop it at baggage claim with the rest of your luggage. If it's gate checked, that means that you actually take it through TSA, go all the way to the airplane, check into the airplane, and then drop it at the front door for them to load it onto the plane as you are loading yourself onto the plane. What I do, and what I recommend you do, is at the very least drop your car seat off at baggage claim, because that's just extra luggage for you to carry, and we don't want to do that. We want to be as lightweight as possible so we can keep up with these kids. I would recommend gate checking the stroller because nobody wants to carry a baby around the entire airport. It is not fun. So the stroller is definitely going to help you maneuver around the airport, is going to help your back so that you don't have to carry baby the entire time. And usually when you get off the plane, because you gate checked it, they drop your stroller off with you when you get off the plane, so you can walk back through the airport with your stroller. Remember I said you want to bring that carrier too, right? But just to let you know, this carrier is for just in case, last minute resort. You don't want to have to put that baby in a carrier unless baby is getting antsy and you absolutely have to. Keep baby in a stroller as much as possible, and then when you get to a space where you can move around, let baby get out and start to move around a little bit, move his or her legs so that they won't be so antsy when they get on the plane. Now, to make life easier, depending on how you have your luggage set up, I definitely recommend dropping as much with baggage claim as possible. I usually only travel with the kids, their stroller, and my diaper bag. Now, while we're on that topic, let's talk about the diaper bag. So I carry this diaper bag, and it's really awesome because it has a section in it for my breast pump, which I have to travel with. It has a section in it for my laptop, so it's a laptop sleeve, and it has a lot of space in it for everything else, like the cloth diapers. I don't really have an issue packing my cloth diapers in it, and you know, them cloth diapers could be very cumbersome to pack because they're thick, right? And they take up a lot of space. But this bag is so spacious and it's big. It's very sturdy too. So I'm able to pack a lot in it, and, you know, drinks on the side if I wanted to. Well, at least until we get to TSA, because they're gonna make us throw it away anyway, right? I definitely recommend a diaper bag that you could put on your back as a book bag, because it makes carrying things a lot easier for you. For my breastfeeding mamas, I carry a separate cooler bag. I like to carry one that could go across my body, like a crossbody bag, because I'm trying to put as much on my body as possible. I don't really want to hold anything in my hands. You want to keep your breast milk separate from everything else. It makes your trip through TSA far easier when you have it separated. So while we're here, let's talk about TSA. To make sure that I have an easy experience going through TSA, I keep all items separate that need to be taken out. I keep my breast milk in a separate cooler bag. As long as you tell the TSA attendant ahead of time, like as you're approaching the belt to start unloading your thing, what's in your bag, what you have, it makes the process a lot easier. If you have electronics, I would recommend keeping those in a separate bag as well, so that it makes unloading things going through TSA much easier. You don't have to, you know, move through and sift through and unpack and unload. You just unload one bag, put it on, and then put the stuff back in the bag. Also, if you have snacks for the kids, you could definitely travel with that. You can put that in your bag. That shouldn't be a problem. If you have liquids for the kids, those usually don't have an issue passing through. Kids have to stay hydrated. They have to drink their milk. They have to do all of those things. If it's in a kid's cup, don't think you're about to bring a whole 16 fluid ounce bottle and be like, oh, that's for my kid. No, it has to be in a kid's cup. And I generally don't have any issues getting that through TSA as well. When you board the plane, there's this controversy over whether or not you should board first or board last. I think that this is definitely up to your preference. They both have their pros and cons. I would say to board first has a pro, because you kind of get on the plane and you get everything done and you don't have to worry about scrambling around, trying to hurry up, trying to get through at a certain time. You know, I generally like to board first because strollers are usually called first when I board the plane. They're usually called on with the elderly and the military. I like to take that as the opportunity to go ahead and be able to have the space to unload, because I'm a person that just needs space. That's just me. I don't like to squeeze through the seats with people sitting on either side of me. It makes me feel kind of like, all eyes on me, all eyes on me. I don't like to do that. So I like to kind of get on the plane when nobody's on there and just decompress, get all of my stuff situated without any pressure. So I definitely like to get on first so that I could handle all of that. And then I keep my kids occupied while I'm on there. Other people will say it's good to board the plane last. And the benefits of boarding the plane last is that the children get the time to stretch their legs. They get that additional time to move around before they actually get on the plane. You know, it really depends on you and your kids. I would say kind of gauge your children's temperament and see where they are with it. If there's an option, I always board first if I'm on time, because sometimes I'll be late. When you board the plane, that'll be the point where you actually give your stroller to the I don't think, is it the flight attendant you give it to? The people at the front, the people who checking you in, you ask for a tag to gate check your stroller. Don't forget, tell them that you can't just take your stroller back there. You have to tell them, hey, I'm gate checking my stroller, and they'll give you a tag to tag your bag. Where do you sit while you're on the plane? I personally think that window seat and end seat are your best options. If you're stuck in the middle, that's going to be very difficult if you have kids, because you got strangers on either side of you and you got this toddler wailing around, and then the stranger's looking at you like, oh my gosh, she had to come with her kids. I always sit on the window seat though, because my kids like to look out the window, and I feel like it gives me a little bit more privacy when it comes to nursing. Speaking of nursing, as you are taking off on the plane, you want to make sure you're nursing baby. If you're a nursing mama, you want to make sure you nurse baby on takeoff and landing, because it does help their ears when, you know, we change those altitudes. You know how your ears pop? Baby's ears are popping too. Nursing definitely helps that. We did all this preparation to get on the plane. What do we do with the kids while we're on the plane? It really depends on your kid's temperament, but for me, I bring things to occupy my kids. So for Tootah, the 5-year-old, I bring my iPad or I'll bring her Kindle. I download her movies ahead of time so that she'll have something to watch. Please make sure you bring earphones because usually on the plane, they don't want you to just blare your music and play your devices without having those earphones. I also make sure I bring her favorite toy so that whenever she does get bored with it, she can start playing with her toy. Now for the youngest, Yimmie, I make sure I bring her favorite toy. I just stick with the toy with her and I make sure I'm as readily available to occupy her. Tootah does a good job playing with her as well. Whew! The trip is over. We have landed. We have made it. We're almost at the finish line. And now what do we do? I would say first things first is sit down. Okay? Sit down. Everybody hopped up. They ready to go. Everybody's standing up like they could leave and get off the plane right now. It's like standing up allows them to get off the plane quicker. I don't know what it is, but now's the time for you to really chill. I hope the kids are not getting on your nerves. I hope they are not restless at this moment because this is the part where you really have to wait for the long haul. I recommend deplaning last. I literally wait until the last person has exited to deplane. That way I can make sure I got everything. I've collected everything. I'm not leaving everything. I've situated the kids the way they need to be situated so we could deplane and roll out. Now it's up to you how you want to deplane, but I have found that that is most successful for me. I worry less. And yeah, if you have connecting flights, please make sure that you are planning your connecting flights to make sense. Okay, think about all these things that you have to do when planning your connecting flights, and make sure that your time frame between each connecting flight is a bit substantial so that you can account for the movement that you have with the kids. So I hope this information was useful for you. I hope it helped a lot. I certainly hope it gave you clarity on what you should do, how to do it, and made traveling with children less of a daunting task. It's really not hard. It's really simple. It's really mind over matter, to be honest with you. Once you have the system down pat and you know exactly what to do, everything else falls into place. Today's comment of the day is, if you could travel anywhere right now, where would it be? Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please show me some love by hitting that like button. And if you are enjoying the vibes here, please join our tribe and hit subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that you are in the know of when I post the next video. I'll see you soon, mama. I love you. Peace.